to today's episode of the Health Collective podcast. And first of all, I take a lot of pride and gratitude in being joined by our guest today, Carolina. Now, Carolina was a client of ours, and she made some wonderful changes in her body, her mindset, her health. And she's here to talk to all of you about some of the things that she did that worked for her. Coming all the way in from Canada, just like a lot of you, she's 50, the big 50, an art teacher. Her art is fabulous. I will be giving you all of her Instagram details later in the show to follow along. But first of all, a massive welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today.
Oh, thank you, Rita. Really, it's a pleasure. If I can help and if I can talk a little bit of what I did, I'll be super glad. And that's it. I just want to share some of my changes and some of the new routines I'm doing thanks to you.
Amazing. So probably like a lot of women out there, you got to a sort of certain stage, a certain age, and went, my body is not acting how it used to act. So before we met, what were you struggling with? What changes were you seeing in your body or your energy or your weight that you weren't happy with that sort of led us to connect?
Yeah, it was about everything happened sort of at the same time of the pandemic. I got less active, but also my body reacted in a way that I was gaining a lot of weight. I don't think it was the pandemic, honestly, because I was walking, I was doing exercise at home, I was pretty active, but it just happened at the same time. So, and I didn't know what to do. Like I was eating as I used to before. I was doing exercise as I used before, but it seems like nothing worked as I expected it. It did a little bit instead of what it used to be before. I have to say that I'm not a very, I don't do sports. Like as you say, I'm very artistic. I do sports because I need to be I need to sort of like clear my mind, and I like to as a compliment, but it's not part of my life as a big chunk of my life. So I really wanted to, so I didn't know what to do. I was just like, I'm walking, I'm doing exercise at home, and I think I'm doing the right thing in terms of meal plans, but it's not working. That was that I was very stuck, and my body wasn't reacting as before. So that's when I met you, and it was wonderful.
So a lot of what you've just said, probably, women out there are resonating with putting on weight and not understanding why. Did you see any particular changes in certain areas? Like the stomach is quite traditional.
That,
What changes did you see?
oh yeah. That was my major concern. I wasn't like a thin person, and then I became no. It was just like the belly. That area started to bother me so much. Like I had the same clothes and it was fitting, but it was fitting so wrong. It was just not. I wasn't feeling myself. I wasn't feeling comfortable with wearing what I was wearing before, and also the weight, it was going up instead of just staying at the same or going down. So no matter what I did, it was not a connection between my body, my mind, and what I was doing. There was something there that I couldn't figure out.
It was interesting when we first spoke. I think one of the things that you said to me, and I hear this a lot, is, I think I'm eating healthy. Now, you were working with a nutritionist at the time, someone who was actually helping you with this. So when it came to the food, did you feel frustrated? How were you sort of feeling about the fact that you were working on what you thought was a sort of healthy regime, but not seeing any effect from it?
What I figured afterwards, but I didn't understand at the beginning, was like I wasn't doing the right portions of the meals. Yeah, probably I was picking the right, like the veggies and the fruits, but I wasn't mixing them in the right way, not the same the amount that my body needed. And also sometimes we can get like I knew the concept of my little snacks, but then I was out of control of my snacks, like sometimes when you have too many snacks became a problem too. And I think that was some of the issues. Yes, I had a nutritionist that did help me with like the major like guidelines, I will say, but it wasn't enough. It was not, that part was not resonating with the amount that my body really needed it. So that was the problem.
Amazing. So obviously we connected and started working together, and we looked at quite a few different areas. So what do you feel were the fundamental changes that you made with food that had such a positive impact?
Well, you give a guideline very open, but at the same time very specific, which is perfect, because we are like, I'm a mother and I have to prepare meals for everybody at my place. It's not only me. So my major concern was, okay, if I'm gonna prepare like a menu for me, what's gonna happen with the rest? And what happened is like the rest ended up doing the same as me. It's just, like, well, instead of like you will have it with rice, I'll have it with a salad, but the same, like the combination was actually perfect, which I was surprised. Then also my concern and also my problem was supper time, usually, that I overloaded myself with food instead of like saying, okay, you already had enough food. Like I didn't, you have such a good way of, okay, we divide everything that you need is going to be in your day. We're just going to play a little bit and we're just going to give what your body needs. And I realized that I didn't need it that much. I actually didn't, like sometimes, like you will have a meal that it could be, I don't know, like a green smoothie, like a soup or something, and you'll be okay. I was afraid that I was going not to be okay, because one of the changes also was like I was hungry all the time. But I realized that by eating well during the day, at the end of the day, I was okay. But I was afraid of doing that at the beginning. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna starve, but let's just do it. And it just happened that your body reacts. Your body really helps you to do those changes. It goes with you. You just have to be patient and just have to follow, and it's gonna be okay.
Hmm. I love that. It sounds like actually focusing on the right foods and enough food during the day helps you to avoid the sort of the binging or the overeating in the evening. So that's a fantastic change. And when it came to exercise, this was something that you already sort of did to a point. So, what did you find were the biggest changes between how you were exercising before the program and then how you exercised it during the program?
I am stronger than I thought I was. That's the first thing. Like, uh, we have steps to follow in terms of, like, of course, like the routines are not starting very, very heavy in terms of the weight or the things that we do. But when I saw it, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm just gonna try because whatever. And it just happened that my body was able to do it. It was okay. Actually, it was a very nice challenge. I felt good. And I feel good doing it, and I feel good afterwards, because then sometimes you are like, oh my God, next day is gonna be horrible. I'm not gonna be able to move anything. My body's gonna, everything's gonna like feel bad. Not at all. Like it's amazing. Maybe you feel tired. Of course, you do exercises that you weren't doing before, but if you don't really push yourself to do it, guide it, because that's what I loved, is guided. I mean, you take in consideration the weight, our challenge, everything. I mean, it's not like craziness going there at the gym. And it was fun. It was really fun, and it was a very nice challenge that I never thought I was going to do. Never, never in my life. That was really good. But I keep doing it, actually.
So you achieved a lot of changes in your body, and we will talk about the successes that you had. In order to achieve those successes, what was the most surprising thing? Because a lot of women think, well, if I want to get rid of the belly and I want to lose weight and I want to feel good, I've got to starve myself, I've got to go running for hours every day. And there's a lot of misconceptions about what we need to do. So, what was the most surprising thing for you about the changes you made?
The most surprising thing, like I wasn't like when you focus only on your, let's say, one part of your body
Mm,
or one part of your meal or something like that, then you become a little obsessed about it. When you have a whole system in place,
mm,
you are part of that mood, you go with the flow, and all of a sudden everything is changing. You don't have to like, you don't have to do much. You don't have to concentrate in any a particular area. Like I, when we started to doing the workout and the meal plans and everything, I I just saw the change overall in my body. So I stopped being obsessed about one part of my body because overall it was going good. I was losing everywhere a little bit. So it didn't, that obsession about parts, body stopped. Same thing about the supper time, or that stopped too, because it was a whole thing going on and you were part of it, and I was very happy. I had more energy than before. And um and I also have a new routine in place. Like I don't need to, like every time that I'm going to eat, and that's super important now that I really want to say to everybody. Every time that I go, let's say the other day there was a colleague coming with a muffin, just like,
mm.
oh, I have a last muffin, and then in my mind I was like, do I really want to get all that sugar with that muffin? I'm really craving. Is that my super ultra super food that I really want to just get everything, like, and get that muffin? And I said, no, no, thank you. Before I would go like, no, wow, it's a gift. It's so nice. It's sweet. It's wow, yummy. But then I thought, but do I really need that sugar coming up? Do I really need that? Like, it's like, no, it's okay. No, I won't take it. Before I will go to McDonald's with my family. They will get it, everybody, and I'll say, oh, what the heck, I'm gonna get something too. Now I'm like, no, do I really need? No, they can go if they want. I mean, you have teenagers, you can do whatever they want. No, but I already have my meal in mind. I already planned it, so it's okay. I'll go there, but like that never happened before. Then I'll go with the flow. I'll go like, well, yes, of course I'm gonna get a cheeseburger, blah blah. Now, no, now I think, now I select what I want to have in my body, That
Yeah.
comes when you really know what your body needs. I don't know if it's too deep, this,
No, not
but
at all.
it just happened yesterday. It was, and then I felt bad for my colleague because I said, but it's nothing wrong with you. Like, if you want me, I'll take it. I'll bring it to my kids. And she's like, no, 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 don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, okay. I was honest, but I didn't feel like having that muffin. You know, it's
It
just,
sounds like your mindset has really changed in the sense that you now have clarity about what your body needs. You have understanding and knowledge. And because of that, you feel confident to make choices rather than just reacting in the moment and going,
that's
well, I
it.
don't know what works, so let's just go with it. You're caring for your body with choice rather than just sort of at all times just going
Yeah.
with craving or instinct.
And that's amazing because then I select when I have my pizza, because I'll have and go out and have a pizza. I will select the place that I really love the pizzas, and I'll go there, and I know consciously I select that day to have my like cheat meal. That is my pizza, but I selected. It didn't come to me because somebody offered me, oh, do you want this slice? Or I was at home like watch TV. Oh, let's get a pizza. No, I selected a day that I really want to have that sort of meal, let's say, because I love pizza. That's why I'm saying that. And I didn't like, I still eat the pizza made of that we still do I mean, come on, but
Oh, absolutely. Those that know me and regularly listen know that pizza is my selection meal as well. And that's the difference. And I love the fact that you've highlighted that. that you've selected it and almost enjoyed it more because it's something that's intentional. It's no longer just a random going with the fact that it happens to be in front of you, eating it so quickly that you didn't even notice it was there. You're intentional about your choices.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. And something I want to mention too that it was a discover when I started with you, and but it's coming along like as the water. We didn't talk about the water. We have to talk about the water. That water bottle that's about to disappear because I use it all the time because I like the size. But anyway, when we start, you always something that is important is just to drink water. And I stopped water because I love Diet Coke. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna start drinking the water, Rita. Tell me the water, water, water. And then we have challenges every week with water. Gosh, what a big change in my life. I love water. I just every time that I feel, and also there is a bit a psychological part that I want to add. When I feel a little craving something or anxious about something or stressed, I noticed before that I tend to eat. I was before I was getting some snacks, healthy or not healthy, whatever. Now I get the water before anything, because anyway I have to drink water. And so I get the water, I have some water. It really helps out. And most of the time, I don't need to eat anything after because it's enough. It's just a psychological thing that you need to just calm down. And it's amazing. So I bring my water everywhere I go. I put it every time, and I just counted how many little bottles of this I drink because I really want to know. And if I haven't finished what I was supposed to, then I know at the end of the day, I'm just going to have my water, next to my bed or whatever. And you don't know, you talk and you drink water. I mean, it's easy to drink water. It's not painful. It's nothing. I mean, it's super nice. When I go, let's say I come to work and it takes me about 30 minutes, no, 26 to 30 minutes. I put my water up the whole thing, put it on my car, and then while I'm driving, I have my water. So I know I'm gonna have already 2 bottles of water coming and going back home. As simple as that. So and it does help. Of course, you go to the bathroom more often, but that's another thing. I mean, okay, it cannot be perfect, everything, but it's okay, it's perfect.
Absolutely. Water is such a fundamental, and I'm so pleased that you highlighted it because it makes such a change. Because women don't realize a lot of the time when you think you're hungry, you're just thirsty. Your body is just looking for hydration. So I'm so glad that you kept up the water and have on the whole, kicked the diet Coke, the diet Pepsi habit. Well done on the whole. One or two here or there is really not a problem. So with all of these changes that you made in your exercise, lifting sort of weights, the food, the water, all of this, talk to us about what you've seen change in your body. So with your weight, your shape, your belly, your energy, what are the successes that you've seen in the changes that have happened?
Well, my body now needs to exercise. Like I can tell you, I had to stop going to the gym because there was something going, I don't know, there was something, and I really wanted to go afterwards, like it's part of my routine. I establish it like part of what I do every week. That my body needs it. If I don't go to the gym, I walk. So that's something that depending on the weather, if the weather is, it's getting a little, but I try, and I need that. It does help me to manage the stress, to manage everything else in my life. It's not as a homework or as something I have to do. It becomes like a help to help me doing the rest, it's kind of it changed the how I take it. In terms of my groceries, what I buy and how I cook, I noticed that with all the menus you give, the options you give, it's very, very simple to cook with very little ingredients. So going back to the simple things, the less is the better. It does help me because I thought I had to prepare like super sophisticated things, like overcook and la 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 la. And I realized that with the meal plans, everything is in 20 minutes is done. So that's what I'm doing. I keep doing it for the whole family, and it does work. I don't need that many side dishes, like sometimes you're like, okay, let's prepare this and then this, and you realize that just 2 3 things are fine, and you can just rehab it, have it again, as leftovers. That
Mm.
helped me. And yeah, my routine at the gym changed a lot too. Like I know exactly, I was a bit intimidated by the big boys and the big, at the gym you're intimidated by those people. They're so big, they take space. They're, like, oh, they come. And we as ladies, and very organized and our space, sometimes it's hard to but if you know where you go and what to do, it's super nice. And then, you own your gym too, as they own their, we own our space. We go and we do our things, that I learned. And I'm doing it no problem, because it is true. Sometimes we feel intimidated by all those big people, doing their exercise and lifting and having this weight, and but we also need those weight. And you notice that people look at you and go, oh wow, the weight that you're lifting, and you see, we're able to do it too. We're capable. We just need the right tools and be guided with somebody like you, to help us out. But
Amazing. I love that. So obviously you mentioned that, the thing that you were struggling with was just seeing how your body shape had changed and the clothes didn't really fit comfortably and the belly had expanded. So how do you feel about your body shape now and about how the clothes are fitting now?
well, first I lost the weight that it was really bothering me. Then I keep my weight in that step that I wanted. Like what happened was I was going up and down, and going down was really hard. Or going up was very easy. Now it stays. It's very stable, which I love.
Mm,
And I keep working. I keep having my little challenge of doing, no, I want to go a bit lower, in terms of the weight. But I
mhm.
know the recipe. Like I know how to do it without
Yeah,
feeling I'm sacrificing anything. Because that's also important. Like if you feel like you are doing like an extra work and this is so much work, then it's a lot of pressure on yourself. And those things take time too. Like your body, you need to let your body uh adjust and take the time and be as it is. Like that also came to my mind in terms of like, okay, I'm doing my best. I know I'm being healthier. This is the body I have, and it's perfect like that. I accepted it because I did everything that I could possibly do, because what changes is going to happen, age and everything is going to happen. But if you do your best and you really try in all the different areas that we discussed, that we addressed, then you feel good. You feel like you're so proud of yourself, because honestly, you sometimes I look at the gym when you compare yourself with other people, different ages, and I'm like, yeah, but they haven't done 20% of the exercise and the healthy habits that I do. So
mm,
I'm proud of what, because at my age, I want to see those people at my age. It's that
yes.
too. You have to be proud of what you're achieving and what you have, because you work for it. It's at 20 or at 30. There's a little genetic fact, and also there's, but at 50, you worked it out. You have what you did, and that feels really good.
I love that. Be proud of the body that you have, accept it. Yes, do what you can to change it. If you're not happy, change it. But absolutely, if you've done your best, that's all that can be asked. And we want to enjoy life as well.
Yeah, and something important is like you can change your body at 50. That when I started with you and I was just like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen. I was
Yeah.
a bit, I was like, maybe I just can't change it because it's age. I had that in mind too, because it changed the way it did. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try because I'm gonna try. But I I didn't believe it until I saw it by myself and I said, okay, yes, it's true. I can change the body. I can go down too. I may with all this things that we discussed more in detail, of course, but it's possible. We can change it. That's why I keep having those little challenges of going better without stressing myself much. But yes, it's possible because I prove it to myself that it is possible to change at 50. That's also important to know. That's also important to know.
That is such an important key to know. And for everyone listening, you are really a truly inspiring woman for all sorts of different reasons, but also just for your infectious positivity that you bring to every conversation that we have. So to sort of wrap up, to all of those women sitting at home listening to this who are 50, 51, they've got teenage kids, they've got a full-time job, they've got no energy, they've seen their belly get bigger, they just feel probably really unconfident, probably the self-esteem's taken a bit of a hit, and they're really just not sure where to start. What is the biggest piece of advice or the biggest little sort of nugget or takeaway that you could give them to sort of finish off today's episode?
I will say that to think about this process or to start something like this as a gift. Somebody's going to give you a gift. You are giving a gift to yourself. You're going to give time to yourself to do the exercise or to prepare the meals. You're going to go to the groceries and you're going to do your shopping thinking about you, not your family. You're going to do the water you're gonna have and the nice bottle that you may have, not like this one, but a nice one that you're gonna buy, is gonna be for you. At the end of the day, you're gonna look at your day and you're gonna say, okay, I spent 2 hours, an hour and a half on myself, on me. And people maybe won't notice, but after, everybody's gonna notice the changes that you're gonna have because it's not only physical, it's psychological, it's a lot, it's more than just what you eat and the exercise you do. It's a lot more. It's giving yourself that little gift. It's a gift. What you're doing is a gift.
That has to be the best nugget, the best takeaway I have ever heard. I think that's fantastic. Absolutely. That inspired me. So
Yeah.
I love the fact it is a gift to see it not as a chore, not as a have to, not as a task,
No.
but to treat your body and your mind and your soul as a gift that you get to nurture every single day.
Yes.
So that was wonderful. So that just leaves me to say, first of all, a massive thank you to everyone for listening. And please let us know, what is your Instagram handle if anyone wants some more
Oh,
inspiration?
yeah. Yes, well, it's more artistic, but anyway, it's my lifestyle, and I think everybody's gonna be connected. I think you're gonna love it too. And yes, I do present in my stories my workouts. I go to the gym and I say I'm among all those big boys, and I'm there taking my photos. But anyway, my Instagram account is Carolina.arts. AR art. Carolina Carolina.arts. So everybody's welcome and they can DM me if they have questions about you or whatever. I'll be, I'll give everything that I know because it was a great pleasure to work and to it was just the beginning. What I said with you, it was just the beginning because I keep doing it. I cannot say that I stopped because I keep doing everything that you gave me. So it's perfect. It's a gift. It's a gift.
The gift, absolutely. So Everyone go and follow carolina.arts on Instagram. Feel free to DM her and ask any questions. I promise she will be very honest. And so that's a massive thank you to all of you. And thank you so much to Carolina for giving up her very valuable time to be with us today. It was an absolute pleasure chatting with you.
My pleasure too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.